So it's been 1 month now since I first got my hands on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, Samsung's latest and greatest flagship smartphone. In this video, I want to share with you some of the personal experiences I've had with this phone after 1 month of personal use, and share some insight on whether or not the S22 Ultra could be the next phone for you. So let's get started. Starting with pricing and availability. At the time of this video, this phone is available at Samsung.com. The retail price is $1,200, which is what I personally paid for this Phantom Black S22 Ultra on the left here. This burgundy color was sent to me from Samsung a month ago. That's how I've been able to personally use it for a month, but I am right there with you guys, still paying my personal money for all these devices to get a real feel for what you're getting here for the price. Now, starting off with the design of the phone, there is no real camera module on this phone. You just have your camera lenses as part of the phone itself, and I absolutely love this design change on the S22 Ultra compared to last year's S21 Ultra. I like that it kind of integrated itself into the phone, but there was still just this really big lip, and you would feel that every time you would hold the phone. So now the way I hold my phone, my finger does go in that spot and you don't feel that bump at all. It's just a nice little quality of life update. And personally, I'm a huge fan of this look. I don't know how the phone companies manage to do it. They're always so good at making the newest thing have a nice new look to it. And that is no exception here on the S22 Ultra. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the silver coloring. I feel like it doesn't really match the phone very well. It's the same case here on the black S22 Ultra. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and you can see that the cameras kind of have a blue cutout on the sides, similar color to the phone itself, which I think that looks really cool. And then of course, the other major design change here on the S22 Ultra is we now have the overall form factor of the previous Galaxy Note phones. Those have made their way over to this S series. So even though it might not look like a lot on camera, there are some pretty significant changes coming here to the S22 Ultra, but from a day-to-day use perspective, it's really not all that different, and I appreciate that we're able to get the S Pen functionality on this phone, which we'll touch on later, in addition to having Samsung's greatest cameras built into the same phone. But now jumping into the just overall feel of the phone, I absolutely love this matte glass finish on the back. It just has such a good feel in the hand. This is a bulkier phone because it has a bit of a thicker battery, have some really sturdy aluminum sidings. And as far as the front goes, there is a Victus Plus glass on the front, but you will still get some micro scratches on this phone. Really, no phone, in my opinion, is going to be invincible by any means. If you're worried about little micro scratches, definitely get a screen protector of some sort. We also have amazing water and dust resistance on this phone. It is just such a nice quality of life thing. If you spend so much money on a phone, you're able to use it in all aspects of your life at any time you wish to, and you don't have to be worried about it or overprotective of it. From a durability standpoint, this phone is a tank. Now, of course, the biggest reason for picking up this phone is the display. The 6.8-inch 1440p 120Hz AMOLED display is phenomenal on this phone. I've been loving this display, and again, it might not look all that different from the Note 20 Ultra that I pulled out a little earlier, but there is one big change on this S22 Ultra, is that there is a much brighter display now. So these are both very bright right now, but if we go into our display settings, we have this extra brightness feature. So if you go ahead and slap that on, you can see how much brighter this S22 Ultra is. It is almost blinding bright just looking at it in normal indoor settings. And this is definitely the best device for outdoor use I have used to date. It is such a nice upgrade here, having a much brighter screen. Now, something you might have noticed while looking at these two displays is that the Note 20 Ultra is actually a little bit larger. It has a 6.9-inch display compared to the 6.8-inch display here on the S22 Ultra. So I know that sounds like a downgrade, but personally, I'm fine with it because most of that extra screen real estate is on the sides in the form of the Edge display. It's much easier to use without having accidental touches, which is something that I definitely had a problem with on my Note 20 Ultra when I had used that for a few months after it came out. I would just be watching YouTube or something in landscape orientation, and I would accidentally touch one of the corners while just simply holding it in my hands. The S22 Ultra is just a little more balanced, in my opinion, in terms of the screen to body ratio and just having a little bit of bezel to actually hold onto your phone. Really liking the display here on the S22 Ultra. It gets super bright. The colors are great. There's a great touch response on this phone. I believe it's 240 hertz touch sampling rate, which is something you do notice just in your daily scrolling of different things on YouTube. Shout out to Flossie, just checked out his scam video. Watch out for those in the comment section. Do not fall for those scams. But the scrolling experience, it just feels really smooth on this phone. We have a really nice durable glass, which I think that might help with it too in terms of the nice smooth feeling. But that improved touch sampling rate alongside the high refresh rate, general use and navigation is amazing and super enjoyable on this display. But with those things mentioned now, the large display, high refresh rate, super bright screen, how is the battery life on the S22 Ultra? In my first few days, I did have some initial concerns. I was only getting around 6 hours of screen on time. But when you're using this phone just in a normal scenario, just your everyday average use, going through Google News, doing your general text messaging and emailing and such, watching a couple hours of YouTube on any given day, I've been able to get 8 hours of screen on time with this phone, which has been great. It's something that I loved about my S21 Ultra, getting that 8-hour battery life mark. And I'm also able to get that here on the S22 Ultra thanks to its 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And mind you, this is with the 1440p resolution turned on. I'm also running this phone at its 120 hertz refresh rate. I'm never changing it to the 60 hertz option or anything. Always running this phone to the way I want to use it and enjoy it. I'm not really limiting myself by any means. And then if you are to heavily use this phone, if you're going to be using the camera a lot on a given day, if you're going to be outside a lot and using that maximum brightness option, then yes, you are only going to get about 6 hours of screen on time. You really have to just watch the brightness of your display. That's been the biggest battery killer or saver for me personally. Now, of course, the next big thing on the S22 Ultra are the cameras. I've been personally loving this camera setup here. Just the combination of a great camera setup in addition to the versatility of the setup makes this the photography king. If you like to take pictures with your phone, this S22 Ultra is the best on the market right now for that. And there are some nice new little features like the pet feature of getting improved bokeh effect on your pets, which was perfect timing since I just got a new little puppy and taking pictures of her has been so fun. But the zoom options of the S22 Ultra is where this camera setup really goes to the next level. So we have our 3x and 10x optical zooms, which make for really good looking detailed photos. The 30x digital zoom comes out really nice. But then of course we have the 100 times zoom. So I have a little example here. I'm literally just taking my dog out to go to the bathroom. I'm holding one hand in the leash, the other hand with the phone. I'm just pointing it up to the sky and I'm able to just quickly select the 100 times zoom option. And then there's some software features that keep the phone still for you, perfect for someone like me with shaky hands. I'm able to really easily just casually take a picture of the moon if I want to. In this example here, 1 second I'm taking a picture of the beautiful sunset and then I'm turning right around and taking a picture of the moon. Quickly summarizes what you're able to do with this S22 Ultra camera. Really, the possibilities are endless. And then on the video side of things, also very impressed with the video quality here. One of the biggest things for me is the image stabilization. So super smooth video, even if you're running with the phone, it just has a super smooth look to it. And overall, I can't speak highly enough of the cameras here on the S22 Ultra. Now, I know I keep saying the next biggest thing because there's just a lot of big things going on with this phone. The next big thing, of course, is the S Pen. So we have the S Pen here for the first time on the Galaxy S series. So if you're all familiar with the Galaxy Note phones of previous generations, it's really not all that much different. Some really nice enhancements here with the S Pen though. The matte finish on this S Pen. It's something that I didn't know I needed until I had it here on the S22 Ultra. Surprisingly, on all the previous Note phones, they all have a glossy finish to them. In my personal experience, I noticed that these are just a little more slippy in the hand. Gives you a little bit of extra grip, which I really like. There's an improved latency on this S Pen with this phone. I think it's like 2.8 milliseconds or something like that. To translate it into everyday terms, you really can't even notice the amount of lag or latency when you're writing notes or just doing anything with this S Pen interacting with the screen. It doesn't have to just do with writing and drawing either. If you're just generally scrolling on this phone, like on YouTube, it's so responsive when you are scrolling. S Pen functionality has been flawless here. It just helps you do things better, more efficiently, and more enjoyably, for a lack of better terms. So something that I'm doing a ton with this S Pen and with this phone is using the Smart Select feature. You're able to just quickly select what you want to have here, and then whatever you select, you can quickly send it off to a friend, or you can extract the text from whatever you just highlighted, and then you can copy and paste that somewhere else. The Magnify feature is something I've actually used a lot too. It's just a nice, again, little quality of life thing if you want to see the stitching of a backpack or just little tiny things, little details online. Another S Pen example I can share with you, because this literally just happened as I'm making this video. Here you get a text like this, a big blob of information. You only want a select piece of this information. Just take this out of your phone, hold down on the button, and it's going to give you a little cursor. And then you're able to just quickly select whatever it is you want to select and then take it over to the internet or wherever you want to. It just makes the experience more fluid, more enjoyable. Has a nice little hover over feature. While I have the S Pen out, we're going to jump into the gaming section of this review. The screen size is just great here for gaming. I really like the squared off design for a game like this. It just kind of mimics being on a computer. And once again, the fluidness, the responsiveness, it is so buttery smooth here. But now jumping into something a little more intensive, for example, Super Mario Sunshine. I've put some good hours into this. I got about 22 shine sprites or so. I've been having a blast playing Super Mario Sunshine and other emulated games here on the S22 Ultra. And you can see here I'm getting about 25 frames a second, which doesn't sound great, but this game can be very intensive on some devices, and this has been plenty playable for me. The gaming experience has been really good. I cannot stress that enough. But moving past from all the maxed out things you can do on this phone and all the crazy specifications it has, what is the actual day-to-day user experience like on this phone? If you haven't picked up on it already, I've really been enjoying just the average daily use of this phone. All of your basic functionalities are excellent here. Getting into the phone with the in-display fingerprint sensor, it is literally a tap of your thumb. And when I say tap, I mean tap. You can just tap it and you are right in. And then that Face ID is more so of just like a backup to get you in quickly as well. It's just nice to have both unlock methods so that you're getting into your phone quickly no matter what scenario you're in. And then once you're into your phone, jumping into any application or really doing anything you want to do is never really limited by the software of Samsung. It's so nice to just jump into anything you want to. So easy to swipe this panel over and just quickly throw on some multitasking or just doing some different things. You can resize your screens very easily, very smooth. Just go ahead and remove that completely. From an overall software perspective, it is very smooth and polished here. Really all the things you'd expect out of a good smartphone is packed here in the S22 Ultra. Like the speaker setup, I didn't talk about it much in this video, but very good speakers, very loud, very nice sound and sound quality. General navigation of the phone has been phenomenal for me. No matter what it is you're wanting to do with your phone, it just seems to work. And from a day-to-day perspective, I absolutely love that. The phones that are coming out nowadays are just almost too good. They're so good that these phones become addicting. You use them way more than you probably should. But if you are one of those type of people that you're on your phone all of the time, me personally, I use my phone for a lot of things that I could probably use a computer or a tablet to get similar tasks done with. But I just love using smartphones. I love having that capability right in your pocket, and the S22 Ultra fits the bill perfectly for me personally, at least in terms of getting so much functionality out of one single device. And that's what you want when you pay this much for a phone. And initially here, after 1 month, I can definitely recommend it if you're interested in getting one, but I'm sure the prices will come down over time on this. So I'll come back with a more long-term review, maybe in about 3 months or 6 months to follow up to see if this guy is still the one to go with at that point. But at this point, I can definitely recommend the S22 Ultra for one of the most premium smartphone experiences on the market right now. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below your thoughts, and I hope to see you guys around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.